Scangarello out. Deuces. Who do you think the 49ers will get to replace Rich Scangarello? Now, last time he left. They brought in Shane Day, who was just, he coached all kind of stuff. He was not an inspiring addition, and then they let him go and brought back Scangarello. I'm hoping they can get someone good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, well, when your resume says he's coached all kinds of stuff, that's not the guy you're after. That is not your first candidate. Look at what the Chiefs are doing, all right? The Chiefs today announced Matt Nagy coming in as senior assistant and quarterback coach. That's a quality hire. Like, whatever you have to say about Matt Nagy as a head coach, I think you can admire the fact that he has a rich resume and has shown some offensive coordinator chops. You bring him in for that type of a role to support Patrick Mahomes. To me, that's the type of name that you're looking for if you're a quality franchise, if you're a quality organization. So I think that the 49ers should not settle. I think the temptation will be to promote from within, right? You could see Bobby Slowick getting promoted to that position. He's been linked to the offensive coordinator role as well. Yeah. That seems like a prime interior candidate to get some type of a boost. But I love the rumors floating around about John Beck. You've got Lance already going to train with him this offseason. To me, that's a no-brainer. He was with the Jets last year, but he's out from under that contract. He worked magic with Zach Wilson for sure. But I think in working with Lance, it could be different.
Well, he played for Kyle Shanahan and Mike Shanahan in Washington.
Right.
He's like their designated quarterback coach outside of the facility. And this guy has his own thing going. Like, this is a guy who may not want to be a position coach. Like me. Yeah, he's an independent contractor. He's his own boss. He makes a lot of money, sets his own hours, makes a lot of, he's got the dream right now.
Right.
And what the Niners do is they'll send Lance to him in the offseason, which doesn't technically break the rules, because he's not on your coaching staff, but he is. And so everything you want him to learn is basically, it's an extension. It's totally a loophole. It's like, so would it be worth them to get rid of that and have him actually, I love it. I think they should bring on a guy like Beck, someone who actually dedicates their life to the mechanics of playing quarterback, not someone who's looking to become an offensive coordinator or a head coach. Beck would be perfect. He'd be perfect. Don't know if the Niners can make it worth his while, though. You know what I mean?
It's a great point. He left the league and then founded the 3D QB quarterback training program in 2013. So he's down in Huntington Beach, California. Does he want to leave Orange County, the prime beach weather, getting paid significant money, working on his own schedule?
Yeah.
To come and be an assistant and work like 90 hours a week for, the 49ers in Santa Clara?
Maybe he wouldn't say no. He knows Kyle. He works with Kyle, but it would have to be a raise. He'd have to get a lot of money.
You would think so.
So maybe John Beck would be great. I don't know if he would say yes. There's also Quincy Avery, who's worked with Trey Lance. I'm sure there's Joe Montana, who seems to really want to help Trey Lance. Joe Montana's all in. Maybe Steve Young. Maybe Jeff Garcia.
Ooh. I feel like Jeff could have been in line if he didn't go and get himself, sort of excommunicated by making some stupid comments.
That was so dumb and so unnecessary. Yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Beck, he was a coordinate, an assistant with the Jets last year. So he's open to the idea. He's not completely opposed to being involved with the NFL. So that to me,
John Beck is a natural. But here's all I say. It doesn't have to be someone I've heard of. These assistant coaches aren't name guys. They're not celebrities. And I trust Kyle Shanahan's judgment. All I'm saying is this time, pick someone who has experience developing quarterbacks, not someone that you see as a brilliant tactician. They're different. And I understand you have the ability to spot both. And it's just what you value at that time for that current position. You just did that at tight end. Don't do that at quarterback.
Right.
You could actually use a guy who could develop Trey. He needs someone. Because the quarterback coach is a caddy. He's telling you what you want the chipping wedge. You want to do it with this, telling you how to do your shots. Not someone who's like, hey man, I've never really played golf. I couldn't tell you, but I'm really good at like the strategies of the sport. And, dude, thanks.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They shouldn't be focused on someone who's involved in the schematics of playing quarterback. They really do need to focus on what Trey is focused on, which is mechanics right now. I mean, he's been clear about that. The Niners have been clear about that. To me, why not create a bridge of continuity from the offseason to the regular season with the John Beck hire? If he's already working with him and working on his throwing mechanics, which is very clearly something that needs to be developed at this point. Something when I saw Trey in person at the Seattle game, I saw him throwing pregame. I thought the same thing. It appeared he was in his head in trying to perfect his mechanics, in particular with the shorter throws, not so much with the deep ones where he's using all of his arm, all of his velocity, but the shorter throws. So to me, create that continuity.
I mean, you're spending 7-8 figures a year on the head coach. You already spent 3 first-round picks and a third on Trey Lance. You're incredibly invested in these. Why not go spend a lot on a quarterback coach? There's no salary cap. There's no rule. Go get the best quarterback coach in the world. Make him an offer he can't refuse. How hard is it? You're worth $4 billion. I mean, it's really just up to Kyle Shanahan saying yes and Kyle Shanahan wanting to do it. But they should be able to get the best quarterback coach in the world, spared no expense, to make sure that their huge investment works out. I mean, how hard is that? Don't bring in the next Shane Day, please. Although Shane Day currently is Herbert's quarterback coach. So I don't know what that's about.
And they have proven they get it in the Chris Kocurek payment schedule, right? I mean, they are clearly compensating him in the way that a top D-line coach needs to be compensated, and they're seeing the end result of that. A defensive line that continually overperforms, a defensive line where you're continually finding these gems and developing them. Let's do the same thing in the quarterback room.
Please.